times they're a little bit less flexible. When you work directly with an owner, you
Sure.
have a little bit more flexibility there. So that's the way I typically work now.
Yep. Yep. Well, cool. Welcome, everybody. Russell, Scarlett, you're welcome to unmute yourself and turn on your cameras. These are great networking events. Um, and thank you for those that have put your name in your Zoom profile. We are going to be strictly adhering by people having their name in their Zoom profiles because well, first off, there's a lot of problems with hackers right now with wanting to get into the calls. Um, but if I don't, and for the members, the paid members of the group, I don't want to let people into the calls that are members only. These are not, but we still want to know who we're talking to. So please go into your Zoom profile and update your username that reflects your West DFW account name so that we are able to quickly let you into the call without any issues. So thank you for doing that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. We have a bunch of people that haven't shown up yet. So um, my assistant, Maria, is at a closing right now. So I'm on my own today. So hopefully I don't screw this up. Um, if you would, over and to the right in the chat, you're going to see some notes that I put in there. And I'm doing this now so I don't forget it later, but uh, we have a new networking list. You'll see the notes there. You can click on the Google link and you can fill out your information there to network with the rest of the attendees of these meetings and stuff. And it's also for a buyer's list. So we have a big buyer's list and we want to make sure that we have you on it. So you can go in there, fill out your information. You can also download that sheet so you can build your own buyer's list. Please respect other people's privacy and don't share that info, but you'll see it there in the notes in the chat there. Then for those that are not using Propelio today, we got a special offer in there for you. I'll let you read that. I'll talk about it later, but you do get a pretty good deal from that, from clicking this link here. So everybody gets free time with it, free 14 days, and then all the way up to members getting the best deal with a total of 6 weeks. So pretty cool deal. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Before we do, since we have such a small crew here, let's go around the room, do a quick introduction, who you are, where you're located, and what you're looking for out of this call today. So we'll start with you, Ben. What are you looking for out of this call, and where are you located? And if you're buying, what are you buying? Are you there, Benjamin? Okay, let's move on to Russell. Russell, you want to unmute yourself there and
Yeah, sure. Can you hear
welcome
me?
to the call.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I am local to DFW. I live in Little Elm, actually.
Okay.
And so I've started the process of doing some wholesaling, hired a VA back in November. So still kind of looking for that first wholesale deal.
Okay.
I'm also interested in getting into fixing and flipping. So one of the challenges that I've run across working with the VAs here lately is once I get a lead in, I don't have a good tool to do like a CMA. So that's why I started looking into Propelio, and then I saw this email. I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this call isn't really about comps, but I will show it to everybody quickly so that everybody's familiar with it. So welcome to the call. And please join our buyers list up there. And one thing I want to clarify, when I say buyers list, I know a lot of people are brand new in this business and maybe not in a position to buy, but it allows you to see what other people are selling, and maybe when you are in a position to buy, you'll be ready to do that. So it'll help you with learning how to market, building your list yourself, and so forth. So it's a good deal. It's an educational deal, but you can make money from it too. So okay, next up, Peggy, welcome.
Hello, I'm Peg Temporiti, and I've joined this enterprise later in life, and I enjoy talking with people. That seems to be my strength, is to be able to, like, cold calling doesn't bother me.
Nice.
Yeah, I seem to be able to make a rapport with people. The old Thomas Edison, I think that was him, the theory of now I have 1,000 names I know who don't want to buy a house right now.
Yep.
And
Okay.
yeah, Tim and I are just JVing on my very first property, and I already got an appointment tomorrow for another pre-interview. So I'm learning. Tim's a big, wonderful teacher. So yeah, I look forward to it. So I live in Weather.
Go ahead. We lost you, Peg. Are you talking?
Nope, I was done.
Okay. No, congratulations on getting that first deal. We made that first offer yesterday, so keep doing that and keep doing what you're doing. Good luck on the call tomorrow or appointment that you have. Somebody is trying to. Okay, sorry about that. But just keep doing what you're doing. The biggest thing you could do is not stop with the activity that you're taking right now. So good job. Okay, let me check one more in here real quick. Monica, if you want to go ahead and unmute yourself, you're up next.
Okay, yeah.
Welcome.
Well, yeah, well, I'm work. I think a lot of training is very hard for me because I have a daytime job, and this is my spring break. That's why I can sign up, and I really like the training like this. And right now I'm a wholesaler, and I do the mailing. Yeah, mailing and so that's why I want to learn about. I know Propelio, they can help to make a list, and then
Yep,
the count. Yeah, that's what I'm here for today. Yeah,
good.
but I
We're
wish
going to
we
cover
have
that.
yeah, I think the hard part is a lot of training or meeting. It's really not just I don't have a time to show up at that time. Yeah,
Okay.
I have
So
a chance or really sign up.
one of the benefits to you, Monica, and I think you already know this, is that we record most of our monthly trainings and some of the weekday trainings,
Yeah,
and you can go back and watch and listen to those at your own convenience. So um, we are
okay.
the only REIA group in North Texas that has all this training going back to 2019. So you have a lot of stuff to go pick and choose and learn from. So enough to keep you busy and it should help you tremendously. But you do have to go use it when you have spare time. I understand you're a teacher, right? So
Okay.
you have very little
Okay.
time. So okay. Well, welcome
Yeah.
to this
Thank
class.
you.
We're going to get into it in just a minute. Sal, you're up there,
Yeah.
young man.
I will never give up.
Okay, don't. I love
Hey,
it.
Tim, I'm up.
Welcome.
Yeah. So what am I up for?
Just quick introduction, who you are and
Oh,
what you hope to get out of this call today.
yeah. So my name is Sal Tangalo. I've been part of Tim's group for a few years, I think, now going on.
Yep.
Today we're talking about, or you're going to be talking about Propelio, doing a training on it, and I want to really get up to speed on using that tool, add it to toolbox specifically for looking for off-market properties.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome. We're going to get into that. And I just wanted to have everybody introduce yourselves. These are great networking events. Feel free to use the chat. You're welcome to put your name and info there, but better yet is to join the new buyers list we have in the top of the chat. There's a Google Docs link there that you can go click on, enter your info, and then everybody can download that so you can network with everybody and build your buyers list. So that's what that's for. So, and there's a special offer for Propelio there as well when we're done with call today. So I'm going to bring up my Propelio page here, and we're going to get started. Give me 1 second. I'm without Maria today, at least for right now. She's at a closing. And so I am
Hey, Tim,
yes,
you
sir.
said the chat box gets us access to the buyer's link. I can't find that in the chat.
At the very top of the chat.
The pop-out button?
No, it's right in the chat. There's a
Hmm.
you don't see where it says welcome to the call today?
No, I don't see that.
Yeah,
Does anybody else see it?
I don't see it as well. This is Russell.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's blank right now. The chat room's blank.
Okay. So just can you see my Propelio screen?
Yes.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. So one of the problems I have here is that Zoom keeps changing so much stuff and updating to improve, right? And things don't always work the way they are supposed to work. And for some reason, that's holding true
Oh, is
today.
that the list right there?
Yeah, but that's in the link. It's I'm giving you the link to this.
Yeah, that's actually so that's on the members. So yeah, I've seen that. It has you and Maria. Is that was the only
Yep.
two names I saw on the okay.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
just starting this though, so we've only used it once, and other people haven't signed up yet. So
Okay, good. I'll have my name on there too, but yeah,
I
that's on the that's on the members website. Thanks,
no,
Tim.
no, that's not on the member site. It's
Oh,
only
it's not?
in the uh,
Oh,
Zoom calls.
okay. I remember coming across that somewhere.
It might have been in another
Another Zoom call? Okay.
Zoom call. So
All right,
okay,
thanks.
so I am going to the chat now. And it's going to everyone. Okay, so do you see anything in the chat now?
Yeah, it's there. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I did it once. It's there on my end. I don't have a clue what had happened there. So my apologies for that. And then while I'm doing that, here's the special offer for Propelio if you're interested in signing up for the free trial. So did that go in the chat?
Yes, it's there. Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's get this thing rocking and rolling. So the first thing I want to point out to you is you can come in here and see what the pricing is on Propelio. I don't know if anybody looked at Propelio in the past, but it used to be much more expensive. And now it's as little as $29 a month. So that's a sweet deal to have access to MLS Comps. And if you have a partner, looky there, you even get to have a second person on your account for that $29. So pretty sweet deal. Okay. And that's giving you 35 comps a month. That's a lot of lot of deals to be looking at in a month. And I just wanted to point that out so you can go check it out. So I'm going to go log in here. And this brings you up to the home page here. I have used this quite a bit. We'll come back and look at doing a comp on a property here afterwards. But really what I wanted to do today is talk about how you can create lists for off-market properties. Is that what we're interested in? Okay. So
Yes, sir.
I'm just going to kind of orient you to the page here first. Wow, they've really changed things here with Zoom. So over here on the left side is your search bar, and you can come in here and click on search, and really it puts a search screen right here, and you just put in the address of a property that you're trying to look up. Okay, so that's right in your face. That's where you're going to start. That's if you're trying to look up a particular property. The next one is your list builder icon. So this is where you're going to go to create a motivated seller list. And then once you've created it, now you're going to come down here to manage that list, meaning you can download it, you can go skip trace it, things like that. And you'll see all of the different lists that you've created. You can also, as I'm not sure if you know, another benefit of Propelio is they have a Driving for Dollars mobile app that you can go out and with your phone or your tablet, and you can tag properties as you're driving through a neighborhood, and it will sync back up to your Propelio account, and they will show up in your list. So you can come in here to List Manager and build that list from your Driving for Dollars activities. Here's the Driving for Dollars icon. So those properties will, I don't use this one an awful lot, but you can come in here, you can download the app. Oh, that's what it is. You just go download the app on your mobile device, and then you'll be able to send those properties up here to your list manager. Okay.
So
And
on
then
your, for example, you're pointing out the beginner um, subscription on there, Tim. How many skip tracing credits do you get with that? I mean, does it vary or?
I honestly don't know that answer. Um, I don't
Okay,
use,
that's
I
fine.
don't use Propelio for skip tracing. You can. Let me see if I can. Okay. By the way, this question mark is the help button, and it pops up a window right here that you can send in any questions and trouble tickets and stuff. You have to come back down and click this little down arrow to close that window, and I clicked on it by accident. We'll try and go back to the home.
Tim,
Yes.
Tim,
Go,
I have a
go
question.
ahead.
Do you mind to put a portfolio's screen? I can see any screen to the from portfolio.
Propelio.
Right now, I see it just you.
You can't see the map?
No, no, just you,
I see it.
huh?
I see it.
How about
Well,
everybody
I
else on
only
the call?
him. Oh, let me see it.
Yeah, look at your
I think you have a screen closed, Monica.
yeah. Oh, let me see. I can find. No,
Peg,
not
can you
right.
see the map?
No. Look like I don't. I don't know. I don't see the map, and maybe
Okay.
I
I think
change.
you have a screen closed. If others can see it, Monica, you must have another
Okay.
screen closed. Look for the Zoom icon are you on your computer or phone?
Computer.
Yeah, look down at the bottom and look for your Zoom icon and click on that.
Yeah, I'm Zoom. I tell you what, let me just close and I come in again.
Okay. All right. We'll be
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Okay. So where we want to go here is over here on this list builder. So we're going to click on that, and you're going to see um, location, property type, owner, stress indicator, and equity. So you're going to have several different things you want to select and make sure you select them to get the most accurate list. Oh, by the way, notice under here or up here at the top, it says the list feature is in development. So this is still a work in progress. They are still fine tuning this and improving it. So if you have problems, you can always come right here in the far right corner and click on visit the old Propelio. Okay, that's the old version. But this, my experience, this has been working pretty good. I did find one thing, I'll explain it later what it is. So what you want to start off with is the location that you're trying to search for. So in this case, I'm going to say is an example, you have to dispel it right in order for it to pull it up. And so it brings up the counties based on your spelling. So I'm going to select Tarrant County. I personally don't recommend that you do more than one county at a time. Just to keep your list separated, I like to just manage my marketing separate by county. In some cases, I have websites that are specific to a county or a city in a particular county. So notice that I've only done the county so far. Look in the bottom right corner here, 770,000 results. Okay. Well, naturally, you're not going to want to mail to that, I don't think. That's a lot of addresses. So now we're going to come over here and we're going to pick a city, or you can pick a zip code. Which would you prefer today? Anybody? City or zip code?
Zip code
What zip code?
76133.
Okay. Click out of that zip code. And I don't think the city's going to be required. Maybe it is. It looks like it's not going to process, so we're going to do Fort Worth. Notice it gives, oh, I see. So we're going to have to select it. Okay, now notice it says loading. So you're going to want to keep your eyes on this little results indicator here so that you know how many people, how many addresses you've selected so far. Oh, wow. 1,080,000. Is that too big a list to mail to?
Yep.
That, yeah.
So, and notice, you know, properties is checked here. That's what we're going after. So now we're going to come up here and fine tune what kind of property. Okay. So we're going to select the type of property. I'm not after any property. I don't want that. Personally, I want single family homes. Notice the button down here, processing, and it's going to tell you how many single family homes out of that 1,080,000 addresses we had to start with. Now, I don't personally like to combine all these different types of properties. You may want to do that. I don't. Notice that brought our results down to 550,000. So that's pretty drastic change, but still too big, right? So now we're going to come down here and we're going to start picking some of the property features. Now, here's the two filters that I found this morning are not working, and that's bedrooms and bathrooms. So these currently don't work. It didn't change the number here at all by putting in a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom. So I reported it already to Propelio. But what I want to do now is come over here and start putting some criteria, some filters on the type of house I want. So this is going to depend on what you're after, right? If you're trying to wholesale, you wouldn't have to put anything in there, but I'm going to say, just for demo purposes, I'm going to put 1950 is the earliest. You could put a maximum, but I don't want to do that. So now I'm going to click out of it. Notice it processing again. And then once I see those numbers, I want to come down here and I want to put the square footage. Now, some people, if you're wholesaling, do you really care? If you have an 800 square foot house, so it went from 550 to 290. So do you really care about square footage? Not really. But if let's say I was going to rehab, I might care. Let's say I wanted 1,000 square foot minimum. Notice it's processing again. So this is just giving you the ability to be very firm on the type of property, the size, the age. I would like to be able to select bedrooms and bathrooms, but you don't have to. So we went from 220 to 170 by just putting square foot limitations on it. Now watch what's going to happen. What kind of owners do you want to go look for? Here's all the different options that we have. We can do it based on length of ownership, personal residence, occupied, out of state, in-state landlords, out of country landlords, military, seniors, company owned, corporate owned, trust, and bank owned. So what kind of property do you want to see today? Somebody.
Start with in-state and out-of-state landlords.
Okay. So on each of these buttons that I'm checking, make sure you watch the results button down here in the bottom right corner. So there's the in-state landlords, absentee owners. There's such a high volume of addresses, it takes a second to see the results. So 47,000, still too big to mail to. So now we're going to click the out of state. And that should make the list larger by doing that. And we could go back and uncheck this and see what the difference is. Yep, went up 10,000 or so. So let's uncheck it. Let's uncheck in-state and just go with out-of-state, and that should be somewhere around 10,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what else do we want to pick? Or what other list would we want possibly? So now we're down to 9,400. So is that too big to mail to? If you had a big marketing budget, that'd be a good list to mail to, right?
Yeah, there's an out-of-country also landlord, absentee owners.
Yeah, it's not.
That'll probably go down even lower. Or yeah, that'll be a low number. That should be a lower number.
Yeah, it's there was nothing on it this morning when I was testing it.
Okay.
Although you know what, I was doing Tarrant County. I was doing Parker County this morning. Let me come back here. I'll do out of country and see what it says. By the way, this is for everybody on the call. This is an interactive call. I want to show you what you're looking for. So please unmute yourself and speak up here so we can have a good conversation. So 170,000, we're going to go out of country landlords, see how many that is. There's only one.
A lot of foreign investors.
Yeah, that's
Or,
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Again, remember, we have to remember too, this is still in development.
yeah, that's more than out of state. Wow.
So, well, it's only one.
Oh, is it 1,000? I thought it was eight, was
There's only one.
11, 1,000. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I would expect.
Okay, so now we're going to come in here and I like to look at seniors. Okay, since I am one now, I like to deal with seniors. So we're going to come in here and we're going to click on seniors as soon as that's done processing there. And we're going to see out of the, what do we have, 270,000, something like that. And then we can combine seniors with the absentee owners.
I'd also,
So 4,000 are seniors. Yes,
don't-
Peg.
there's no residence and owner occupied at the top right. If you have
Say
time.
that again.
I'd also like to see the top right tab, personal residence and owner occupied sometime if you have time today.
Okay. So I'm gonna uncheck this. I'm sorry if it takes a couple of seconds for that to process, but I want to be able to see what just this category brings us.
It'd be a pretty big one.
Yeah. Is there a particular reason you like this type of seller, Peg?
Well, that of course, I don't have a lot of experience, but those are the two people that I got calls from my website where people looking to sell. Now, one wasn't owner occupied, but the one coming up tomorrow is.
Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. People that need to sell, you want to help, right?
Yeah.
But the reason I ask that question is when you're pulling a list, I like you to spend your money and your time on the most likely candidate to sell. And an absentee owner many times is more motivated because they haven't seen their house in a long time. They maybe can't afford two houses. Maybe they got word that the tenant's not taking care of the house, those kind of things. So many times you'll see that the absentee owner is going to be more motivated than the owner occupied type home. There's a lot of owner occupants that need to sell for sure. I'm just saying, if you're going to
Yes.
spend money on it, why not go after the most likely or highly likely candidate?
So
So
one thing to me, this list that we're building, when we get all these things together and we say, okay, we want this, we're gonna have to pay something for it.
no,
Okay.
it's
Okay,
part of Propelio.
gotcha.
So on the personal occupied, we have 57,000. Okay. So I'm gonna uncheck that. I'm gonna go back here to seniors. I don't know what's gonna happen with this one unprocessing and this one processing.
I think they said there was 4,000 seniors.
I believe that's true.
Yes.
So it's also a list size to me that I like. It's not too big. It's not too small. Yep, 4,000. So the next thing that we're going to do is, if you wanted to go after just trust properties, you can do that too. And this to me is, in my mind, I'm thinking property in a trust. That might be a marketing campaign that I'm going to do on an ongoing basis, right? If people have it in a trust, some people do that early on as asset protection, but also a lot of people put their property in trust when they get a retirement age, or maybe they're having health issues and stuff. So they're trying to avoid probate. So if you got it in a trust, that could be that they're getting close to retirement age or just getting elderly and may have to move into a home or something like that. So that's another list I think you can do. I just want to reemphasize, I personally would make the seniors one list, the absentee owners one list. If you want to do personal residence owner occupied, make that one list. You might be able to combine seniors with owner occupied. Matter of fact, let's go see what that does. We'll click them both. We were at 4,000 for seniors, right?
Yeah,
So let's see what that does. And that's probably a fairly similar number, but maybe not, could be different.
now this list builder, Tim, is it pulling all this information out of government work or from the MLS?
It's public records, and I don't know what else without going back to asking.
But it's not the MLS then, okay.
These are off-market motivated sellers. Now, there is MLS being used in here because you can pull comps in here, but I can't tell you if MLS is used at all in regards to the list building.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so now we have 1,000. That's a good list.
That's a pretty good list.
Owner occupied seniors. And again, I personally like that type of seller. So any questions about anything we've done so far?
Here, Tim, can you also, in addition, select the out-of-state landlords
I'm sure you can.
and see what we come up with there?
So the further refined you make your list, naturally the list is going to be smaller, but it could very well be a good list, right?
Yeah, you're stacking on, motivation factors.
Yep. The one thing I have seen though with a lot of list builders, if you get too
Wow.
many filters, you may get nothing. If you start getting too many things that conflict, you may not get anything at all. 2,000.
It went up. Okay,
Okay. But still, that's still
pretty
a
good.
good list. Okay. Do you want to keep that or take that one off?
Can you take off the personal residence?
Okay. While that's processing, notice at the bottom. This is all the filters that we have turned on so far. So you can always remember or see what you've done to build your list at this point. Okay?
Tim,
The next thing we're going to do is
What
we're
number
going
is that?
Tim, I
Yes,
have a
Martha.
question. What about bank owned or REO? Is that not a good idea? Not a good list? I mean, if
I-
someone already, kind of the bank, so we had to deal with the bank, or this just owner?
So these are bank owned, and
Yes.
the difference with bank owned is you have to have all cash for those properties. Do you have big chunks of cash to make offers on bank owned property?
Uh, but if it's a good deal, maybe you can get a loan or something. I
You
mean,
can.
not get a loan or borrow.
So let's go look. I'm just not a proponent of bank owned properties.
Okay.
One of the reasons why is there's too many people going after them. There's a lot of competition. So
Okay.
we have 36 bank owned properties in
Okay. So that's too much common. And what about the trust? Is there any way to do with the trust?
What? You
What?
sure can. All you got to do is select the button.
Okay. But trust, think usually that is what kind of situation people want to put in a trust?
Estate planning, I mean, trust, avoid probate.
Okay,
So,
probably. Okay.
that's what most people are trying to do. As you can see, that's a big list.
Wow.
Okay. Too big to mail to, but
Okay.
you could come in here and say seniors in a trust. That's going to
Then
shrink that
senior
number
trust.
down quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You can do, the absentee owners in a trust. You could do absentee owners and seniors in a trust. So, there's a lot of different ways that you can filter, you combine these lists, and you have to watch and see what the results are. And
Okay.
let me say it like this. If you go download this list thinking you're going to go work it,
Yeah.
you're never going to go work all that. It's too big.
Yeah.
It'll be outdated,
Yeah.
and you'll never get to it. So you're much better off to get down to a list that's manageable. If you have an assistant,
Like
if you have an
how
assistant,
many do you
help.
how many do you suggest the number?
Well,
Like is it
I tried to say that earlier. I like the 1,000 to 2,000 range.
one? Okay, 1,000.
To
Sorry,
me,
I didn't hear.
that's just manageable. I
Okay.
have 5 properties in work right now, 5, and it's wearing me out. So, having 1,000 to 2,000 mailing pieces in the mail, if you hit it rich, hit it big, and people start responding, it's gonna keep you extremely busy. And what you don't want
Got
to do
you.
is have so many leads coming in that you're not responding, because then you've wasted your money. Now, the one thing to be thinking about with trust is, in an estate situation, you're going to be dealing with the trustee, not with the owner of that property. So
Okay.
my experience has been kind of mixed. A lot of times the trustee is greedy and they want every single penny they can get out of the property. Other trustees, especially if they're out of state trustees, then they're a little more motivated because they don't have the time to keep traveling back and forth to deal with it. So you have mixed results with trust and dealing with the trustees. Okay. All
Okay.
right.
Got you.
I'm gonna go back to the seniors and the absentee owners, and we're gonna let that process, and then we're gonna move on. The next one
What do
here
you
is a stress indicator. And I'm waiting for that to finish.
what do you think about using the REO slash bank, like check it every month, let's say the first of the month, end of the month, and just keep a tally of that just to kind of gauge the foreclosure activity in the counties, cities, or whatever. Is
Um,
that something?
I I wouldn't personally waste my time on it. You could if you wanted to do that, you had the time. Uh, this is not the this is the ones that fail in the auction,
Right.
right? So uh, I'm not sure that's going to really tell you what the foreclosure activity is, uh, because you don't know how many have sold, and there may have been a lot of them that did sell. So if you wanted to do that, you could, but that's just I wouldn't personally spend the time.
Okay.
That's too much analysis for me. I, I just don't do that. Okay,
Okay.
stress indicator. So we're looking, to see if there's any kind of vacant properties. So we're at 494. Earlier when I did this today, this did not net me any difference. So this may be one of those features that may not be fully functional yet, since the list builder is still under development. No results. So there's no properties there that at least are being found as vacant. So now we're going to move to equity. So we have estimated value, tax value, free and clear, upside down, low equity, high equity, and I don't know what unknown is for. So, I mean, naturally, a free and clear property is a good target, right? I personally, all I would do here is just set a limit maybe on what kind of value you're going after. I mean, if you are brand new in the business, you probably are afraid to deal with, or maybe afraid to deal with $1 million property, right? So maybe you drop this down to, 200,000 or 300,000, 500,000. I'm going to say 750,
Is this the,
just for the example.
Tim, is this the estimated property value? Is that as it stands as is, or is this like the ARV?
No, this is what the public records say is the estimated tax value or estimated value.
Oh, that's right. I forget it's pulling from that.
This
Okay,
is not, this has nothing to do with the ARV.
yeah, okay, sorry. I forgot about, we're pulling public records here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I've put that limit on this. Notice that dropped it from, what was it, 474 to 460? So we can then go to see how many free and clear there are. What's the good thing about a free and clear house? I'm not sure I believe that. No results. But what's the good, why should we get excited about free and clear houses?
No banks to deal with.
Potential for creative financing.
Unlimited potential for creative financing.
Yes.
So if you truly have a motivated seller, somebody that needs to sell, not wants to sell, but somebody that needs to sell, you really have any number of ways to structure an offer with that seller if they like you and trust you and really want to sell to you. They will do a lot of different things. There's a lot of people that have a free and clear house that don't need the cash today. They might get hit big time with capital gains taxes if you gave them 750,000 cash for the house. So they might be looking for free and clear homes. I've had people tell me they're interested in owner finance and seller financing. So it's, I forget the numbers and it's been a while since I heard it, but there's a very large number of people in the country that have free and clear houses. They do not need the cash out at the time of sale. Okay. So we could pick high equity. High equity is going to be, similar to the free and clear, where you're going to have, again, a motivated seller is required to do these creative deals. But if you wanted to have a big chunk of equity, so if you said 100,000 as a minimum amount, there's that could be also telling you that this is a subject to deal. We don't know what the value is of this house. If the house is worth 100 and they have 100 minimum in it, so that might be the full value, but that could be a subject to deal. It's worth 500,000 and it's got 100,000 in equity. So there's a lot of room to negotiate a deal there too. So that's another thing to think about is the high equity deals. Notice that dropped it down to 105 properties. Now, back at the beginning, I said I like to have individual list to market to, and then develop your marketing specifically to this list, right? So in this case, I would create a postcard and I would specifically use it for Tarrant County down here at the bottom, and for absentee owners, seniors. I wouldn't address the value in the home, but I would address the high equity. But I would really focus on the senior piece of this. And, I wouldn't again, the reason I like individual list is I'm going to specifically target one of these filters and make my postcard, my direct mail, whether that's a letter or postcard, I'm going to make it focus on this. So you're not going to use it for a foreclosure listing or a probate listing. I'm going to go specifically after the filters that we have identified here. Does that make sense, everybody? It's okay if people talk to me.
It does.
You're making me feel lonely. So you could do the same thing here with low equity. You could, or upside down, you could create a list for low equity properties and specifically go after them as subject to deals. And you could create a direct mail campaign for those people. Okay.
Oh, what is upside down?
So
Upside down. What is
it,
upside down?
it means that
Wow.
they owe more than it's worth. So you don't see too many of those scenarios here in DFW anymore because of the appreciation rates.
Yeah.
But years ago, when they bought it high and then the market started to go down a little bit,
Okay. Okay.
or they beat up the house and wore it out and didn't take care of it, so the value comes down,
Oh,
or they might
okay.
have went and got a second loan on it that made it too high, or maybe they had storm damage on it and had a roof replaced but never paid the roofer, so they put a mechanic's lien on it. So you know that's what it means, is that there's more liens on it than what it's worth.
Okay. Got you.
Um, I personally don't like to worry about tax value. I mean, I mean, I don't know that that benefits us at all. But I think we have a really good list here at 460 that it goes to seniors up to $750,000 home. If you don't like that number, then you know you can do 500,000 or 300,000. Remember, the higher you get, if you're not if you don't plan to purchase it, you can always do an option. You know, do a contract with an option to purchase and then go wholesale it. Go assign it to somebody. That's what wholesaling is all about, is assigning those contracts that you don't want to buy. So, but absentee owners is a good filter, seniors is a good filter. This one doesn't make much difference. You know, it's because you can just go option those properties. House size, you know, you don't have to have this. You could take that filter out. So I took out that filter and that bumped it up to 478. Didn't make much difference in Tarrant County, focused on 1,000 square feet. You know, you could change this year built, you know, take it out or make it 1970, you know, or whatever year you wanted to focus on. If you wanted to get away from lead-based paint, go to 1978. You know, make the minimum year built 1978. And you know, you can play with all these filters and see how the results are. So once you're all done with that, then you're going to come over here and click see results. Okay. Now you can come in here and start looking at all of these properties. If you wanted to look at them now, you can come in here and look at all the details on each one of these properties. You can come back here and edit the filters again. So if you wanted to take out, let's say we go back here and we take out 1950. So that changed it, raised it to a few more properties. So if you're going to be wholesaling, you know, you don't need the year build in here, right? You can wholesale anything. Does that make sense, everybody? Everybody went to sleep, huh?
Makes sense.
No.
Okay, so
So
now,
what
go ahead.
oh, I say, what kind of point do we need to do the low equity? You know, what kind of situation you want to buy the low equity or, you know, wholesale the low equity property?
So you're probably not gonna wholesale low equity. You're
Mm-hmm.
probably gonna do a subject to deal.
Okay, so low equity base is really for the subject to.
Yeah, I mean, somebody else might come up with some other strategy, but for me, the only option on a low equity deal is subject to, well, I mean, yeah, it would have to be. So let's just take an example, Monica. Let's
Okay.
say it's worth 200,000 and they just bought it 2 months ago
Uh-huh.
and both of them lost a job and now they're falling behind on their payments. Well, they have no equity in that house, right?
Yes.
So, what I would do and have done many times in the past is I would put that house under contract with a large option period, at least 30 days. And I would even, if you're honest with the seller, they're going to understand that they have no equity. I would tell them that I may have to come back and ask for an extension on the option period. Okay.
Okay.
If so that you
Mhm.
have time to market that house. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that house on the market and offer it with an owner finance wraparound mortgage. So remember, it's worth 200. I'm probably going to ask 225, maybe 230 for that house. The reason
Mhm.
I can do that is when you offer a home with owner financing terms, it makes it worth more money. You can do that
Okay.
all day long. There's a lot of people with bad credit, a lot of people that are business owners and can't go qualify for a new mortgage. So owner financing is a great strategy for those people. So you go market it for say 225 and you get a $20,000 to $25,000 down payment, but you don't close until you find that new buyer. So was there any risk in that no equity deal?
Okay. So it's a
That was a
kind,
question.
yeah.
That was a question, Monica. Was there any risk in that deal?
No, much I
That's right,
realize it. Maybe,
because you put it under contract for 200,000 with an option. Remember, an option gives you the option to purchase, not the obligation to purchase, right? So
okay, yeah,
that's kind of what you're doing with wholesaling too, right? Is you're getting an option period, you're going to go market it, find a new buyer and assign it. So you're kind of
yeah,
doing the same thing with a wrap mortgage, except you're going to get a big down payment and then you're going to receive monthly payments. You know, you're gonna, if that underlying mortgage was 3 or 4% and you sell it at 8%, you're gonna have a nice little cash cow for that property, and you never owned it. So those kind of deals are sweet deals, and you should not shy away from a low equity deal. If you get one and you don't know what to do with it, call me. Send it to me. Let me work it. Let me get you paid, or we can JV on it, depending on the deal. But you can make a lot of money on the owner finance wraparound mortgages. That's how I built my businesses. I bought a lot of subject to deals, and some of them no equity, some of them had good equity, and then I sold them on wrap mortgages and collected payments for many years until they refinanced. Okay, so
okay.
does that make
Thank,
sense?
yes, that makes sense.
Okay.
Option on that, Tim, on a low equity.
Speak up, please. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
What about a lease option on a low equity?
No. No lease options in Texas.
Oh, why is that?
Laws,
Why not in Texas?
laws.
Oh,
Laws changed about 2005, 6, 7 timeframe.
okay.
So your best solution in Texas is get it under contract with a good option period and sell it on a wrap or rent it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. There's other things you can do, Peg, but they are so difficult. This is a clean way of doing it.
And what did you call that method again?
Wrap around mortgage.
Thank you.
Wrap. It's referred to as a wrap.
Okay.
Okay, so now we've looked through our list. We decided this is what we want. So you're going to come over here and save that list. And now you're going to name it. And I'm going to suggest you be very careful with the name so that you know exactly what this list is. So first I did Tarrant County. Then I did the things that matter, right? We don't care about all the filters, but we want to know who this is going to. So Tarrant County, seniors, and was there anything else? Absentee owners, right?
Yes.
Out of
Tarrant County.
state.
Oh,
So
all right.
Tarrant, seniors, and out of state owners, right? We don't care about the house price limit unless you're planning to market to multiple different prices, of homes. But I don't think there's a need to identify the, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, price range. I think this covers it right here. You can name it any way you want.
Yeah.
Put
I
every,
would suggest put a zip code. Whatever zip code.
we didn't do
I
zip
think
code.
it-
Well, yes, we
yeah.
did. Yes, we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could do that. I forgot we had a zip in there. Yeah, you could do that. So if you were doing multiple zip codes, you sure could.
I abbreviate out of state OOS. Over time, I recognize that. Do you put like a date that you pulled the list?
You sure could. So anything to help you identify what it is. And, I use RealFlow from all my stuff. So we're putting dates and stuff in there too. We're naming them so that we know. And our direct mail campaigns are going to have something like this on it so we can identify the message to the list. That way we can track the results of it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And then we're going to hit save. So now you notice that, there's no list there, right? So now we have to come back over here and go to the list manager. And there is our list right there. Okay, so you see all these other lists that I've pulled. A lot of them's just experimenting and playing around. There's a driving for dollars list of 4 properties I did over in Arlington. I need to, my list here was old, so I deleted the properties. So I got to go out and do that again. But, you can go make a list and then Driving for Dollars app will put them right into, you can put them right into that list so you can go back and manage them later.
Do we
Now-
have to pay extra money driving for dollars?
No, it's all included.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
One price, $29
Thank
a
you.
month, Monica. Pretty sweet deal.
Wow.
Pretty sweet deal for all this capability, right?
Yes.
So now you click on the list and you notice it says it's importing here. And then we're going to be able to download this to our computer. And then you can go import it into another tool, go use a direct mail marketing campaign. We are looking at REI print mail as a possibility. We're looking at trying to bring them on as a vendor for the group as well. But you can go through down here, you can see you can download the list to your computer and you can go skip trace the list as well. You can come over here and check the boxes on which ones you want to skip trace or which ones you want to download. Okay. Or you can check all here and it gets them all for you. So this would be a good list to go download and do some sort of direct mail to. I'm not big on calling, but I know Peg said she was. And Sal, I think you do some calling too, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So you can either skip trace them or you can go use another service. We are starting to play with Deal Machine, and the addresses and phone numbers and emails are all included in Deal Machine. We are testing out the new connected investors now. Watch for, we got a connected investors call coming up on the group calendar. You can go check that out as well as Deal Machine. So we're going to be doing a lot of tools demonstration, trying to help everybody start doing more deals. Okay, any more questions about list? That's all I had to show you on list.
So
Tim,
you had
just a quick.
mentioned, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. I thought I saw somewhere that Propelio also offers the ability to market via mail.
It does.
It does, right? Okay.
I am not sure if that's in the old or the new system though.
Okay.
Russell, I think you may have to go back to the old system and use it there.
I see. Okay.
Okay. Now, so a couple things on mail. I love RealFlow for that. For that being one of the reasons is mail. They make it very easy to do a direct mail campaign in a matter of just a couple of minutes. So you can use their postcards or you can create your own and upload them and send them from RealFlow. I'm a big proponent of that, been in that tool for 15 plus years. The REI mail, print mail is a new system using AI, and they do a lot of stuff for you. And they are using AI in their list building too, and getting a very cleaned up list. Does their tool, does their list have anything different than what we just went through? I don't have a clue. And that's one of the things that we want to test is go do a print mail list, see the list, compare it to what we can pull in public records. I suspect if they're running it through some sort of AI tool, it's probably going to be a little bit cleaner, but I don't know that yet. I haven't tried it. Look at price per mail per piece closely. RealFlow is really cheap. Any kind of direct mail is starting to get expensive now with postage. But RealFlow mails for less than the cost of a stamp today. They must do it, must be able to do it because of the quantity that they use, the quantity they mail, because they have over 200,000 users on RealFlow across the country. It's big. So, all right. Anything else on list?
I noticed,
Yeah, well, you had mentioned REI print mail. That's going to be a new vendor coming on.
Well,
And
I'm working on it.
okay, but what you were saying is after you build your list, then you can export it over to REI print, and then they will market or send the marketing out pieces.
Yep.
Was that how what you're saying earlier? Okay,
Well, they give you that option, or they will pull this for you.
and then market it.
Yep.
Okay.
I
All
know
right, thank you.
you showed us, had the bedrooms and baths on it. So can you filter that before you save the list? In
That, Peg, that was one filter that is not working.
but I noticed it was on the list.
Well, that may very well be, but what I'm telling you is I couldn't select 3 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms or 1 bath or 2 baths. The data's in public records.
Okay,
We just couldn't filter it out.
okay, I thought maybe after the list was created, you could filter it out.
Oh, you probably could go into Excel. I mean, it's going to be an Excel file.
Oh, oh, okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you could do it on your own. I'm just saying that for Propelio right now, they don't, I could not filter out what I didn't want.
Great. Sounds good.
Yeah, that
Okay,
bed bath not being there is a problem.
well, it is, but then there's a lot of public records that don't have it. On older
Yeah,
homes,
right. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's missing the whole list, you know. And it's because what you're saying, they're still, I guess they're still uploading it into
yeah, so
this
and
new.
and that could very well be what the issue is that they haven't got that uploaded. Like I said, I reported it to support yesterday. And but in reality though, Sal, does that matter?
Not really, but yeah, you know,
I mean, if you don't like the bedrooms and
the
bathrooms,
square footage would kind of get you where you need to be anyway, right? Like 900 square feet, that's pretty much gonna get you all the 2 ones that you really want to deal with anyway.
but if you plan on wholesaling it, do you care what the square
Right.
footage of bedrooms and bathrooms are?
It, I guess generally not, but I do because I'm marking, even though I'm wholesaling it, I'm wholesaling it to you. People like you are buying certain that you prefer the 3.2s and so forth. So I niche it down even more.
And and you know why I don't care? Because I just build as big a list as I can get. I'm going to have some people that want the 2 bedroom,
Right.
1 bath. I'm going to have some that want 3. I'm going to have someone that'll take ones. So all I do is focus on building a big list, and then I catch a lot of people.
Yes.
And if it's a really sweet deal, do you think people are going to deviate from their original plan if they wanted 3 bedroom, 1 bath, and you present them with a sweet deal for a 2-1,
Yes.
right? So that's why how I get around the worrying about bedrooms and bathrooms is that I just build a big list. And just for everybody on this call, I've been working on RealFlow for 15 years. I just went through and confirmed my list. I have about 2,000 buyers in DFW and about 22 or 2,300 Texas wide. So, and these are good lists, good buyers, So that list is important, build it every chance you can on a networking event like this. I would encourage you all to go join the click in the chat and go open the Google Docs there and put all your info in there and then save it. And then you can download that as well. We're going to be doing that on every call from now on. So that list is going to get bigger and bigger every week, every month. So
Yeah. Hey, Tim, I couldn't edit that list. I was trying to enter my information, but I couldn't edit it for some reason.
and
Maybe
you
you.
got it to open.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to find out why because we've tested that ourselves and it worked. So I'll have to just double check and see. We must have a setting wrong.
Okay, maybe my iPad. I'll try it on my computer later.
Now that could be it. There's a lot of things iPad don't cooperate with.
Okay.
Okay.
So you said you're working on 5 properties right now. Is that 5 rehabs, Tim?
I have 5 in work in different stages. I'm closing on one Monday.
Gotcha.
I've invited you to the property walkthrough. I hope you'll all will come to the property walkthrough Monday afternoon, 11:30, Monday morning, 11:30. I got a two package deal accepted. I'm not signed yet, but one contract's going out today for a wholesale deal in White Settlement. You'll see that coming out in the next day or two. I've got a short sale going in Benbrook that I don't have signed, but I have it agreed to. And Peg and I made an offer yesterday on a Weatherford home that will either be wholesale or a rehab, one of the two. And then I made an offer on another probate deal. I think I lost it, but and then I have two more that's waiting for a callback. So all of a sudden,
Okay.
I got this big increase of activity in my business. So, and a lot of
Okay.
that's referrals and websites.
Awesome. Awesome.
So
So when somebody so you don't have any rehabs going on right now, or did you say you
start
have one?
Monday.
Oh, you got one going on.
The property
Um,
walkthrough we're doing Monday is a
right,
rehab.
right. Okay. That's okay. You're finished, or you're just starting. I thought you were finishing it up. Okay. So if somebody comes to you with a property, right, a wholesaler comes to you with a property, but you're just, you got too many going on. What kind of but you have all this, you have your own buyers network, and they want to work with you. How would you work with them in that instance?
We're gonna discuss what the property can afford to pay me as a marketing fee. And if we come to an agreement on that, we're gonna sign an option agreement for that. And I will put it into my real flow system and put it out to my buyers list.
Okay.
If I hope that that person is a member of the group because, they can put it right into their own website from the group and put it out to 1,700 plus people once a week in the group, right? Plus the public viewing of the website. So there's a big chunk of buyers right there, but I'll put it out to my buyers list.
Okay.
Happy to do that. I want to use my list. I put a lot of labor and love into building that list and have been for 15 years. So we keep it clean. When people bounce, we remove them. So we have a good solid list.
So are you saying that your list is the same as the members have access to on the website? Or okay, you
There's
got
some
your own.
overlap, but it's not even
Okay,
close to being the same.
gotcha.
Okay. Who's got a deal they're working on right now that we want to look at comps? We got to do this part quick because we're almost out of time.
One, Tim. Let me find it.
Need the address.
Okay. So it's sorry, I'm gonna grab a different one. That one was just fresh and I don't have any data on that one.
Yeah, don't share something with me that you're, trying to protect and don't have locked up and stuff. So
okay.
okay, somebody got to give me an address. I've got other things I got to do here. So
Okay, let's do this one. It's 10111 Carrollwood Drive.
10111.
111 Carrollwood Drive.
Did I spell that right?
Yes. San Antonio. Yes, that's it.
Any just out of curiosity, any reason you're working in San Antonio?
So the list that I get today for my VAs working for wholesaling is all over Texas. And this one she got a lead on.
Okay. So can I make a recommendation?
Sure.
At least give you my 2 cents?
Yeah.
In the 25 years I've been doing this, I can tell you that it's hard doing it long distance. And I don't care what all the gurus are going to tell you, what they're teaching, trying to make it sound easy and I just don't agree with it. You know, you know, you need to find people that you can trust. And it's hard to build a team, and if you're always changing towns and trying to find people that you can trust to put eyeballs on things and show it and have lockbox on it and confirm condition and so on and so forth, and then who's going to show it, who's going to close it, all those kind of things. I just find it very hard. And you know, I've tried it. You can do it, but if you have trust issues and don't trust anybody, or the first time you get burnt, you're going to change your mind. But it's very difficult, in my opinion, and not to mention the comps piece. Now, Propelio does all of Texas. I think there are some areas that are out in the boonies that it doesn't cover. Propelio also provides comps for a large number of the country, large number of the states. It does not do 100% of the US. It used to be Texas only, but it's expanded considerably. So that's another reason to use Propelio. Um, the other benefit is, I haven't mentioned this and I'm not using it, and that is they have their own CRM tool and websites as well as part of their pricing. So it's a super good deal for that. I mean, the comps alone is worth more than 29 bucks, but there's a lot of benefit to using Propelio. Does Propelio comp where your house is at? We're about to find out, right?
Okay.
Big cities are probably covered, okay? But when you start getting out in the boonies, you may not have the same coverage. Okay, so here's what it looks like when you first put your address in. There's your address there of the property. Here's the details that is pulled from public records. You can come in here, and I'm not sure why we have an edit button for square footage, but maybe that's because people can do additions and stuff and add on, so they give you that capability. Over here, you know, of course, here's your map. Over here, they have details here. Notice that they're all blank. Okay, that could be a clue that that information is not available. Over here, you have owner name, owner address. So it looks like the owner is living in that property. It says it's owner occupied, right? And then coming down here, before we go run comps, I just want you to look at the information. Pre-foreclosures says there's nothing to show you. The property information, there's the information that's gathered from public records. There's the land information, 0.27 acres. Okay. Legal description, liens and owners. So there's nothing to show there. And then there's your tax info. So it's giving you all that information that it's pulling from public records. There's approximate tax assessed value and right there of 319. Okay.
Okay.
So then you come up here and you click on run comps. So I have never seen this message before, and I don't have a clue how or why this is coming up. Okay. I'll have to submit another trouble ticket on this. I don't know why this is.
They're showing you used up the free credits, I guess.
I'm not a
That's what
free user though.
Huh, yeah.
So
Maybe it's part of their updating.
it could very well be. It could be a part of the upgrade. So I guess we can't do that one.
Okay.
Let's see what
Hey,
happens.
hey Russell, what's your exit plan strategy for that one if that comes through?
Yeah, so that one, let me see here. I think they still had like a high mortgage balance. I think they still like owed like 240. So I'm thinking some sort of seller financing, creative financing, subject to probably.
Oh, sell it with the creative financing.
Yeah.
Okay. Tim, what do you, if somebody is just going to wholesale, they're just fucking wholesaling outside of their, like in this case, San Antonio or even out of state, what are your thoughts on that for doing virtual?
Do you have a specific question?
Yeah, because you were saying you basically don't do or don't recommend doing any real estate outside of your drivable area, if I understood you right. And my
So,
question is, what about if you're just wholesaling? Because you're just in and out, basically
yep.
just looking, dealing with the sellers, getting under contract, and then flipping it to a, either rehab or landlord
So
or another wholesaler.
so there's obviously some sort of problem here. This might be part of the beta test. It's not like in the cash buyers list either. So here's the thing. This is what I think about. I realize people are going to do what they're going to do, and that's fine. You can go do that. If you're going, and deals are going to come to you. No matter if you stay focused in your backyard or what, people are going to call you. They're going to find you from somewhere, and they're going to call you, and it might be a deal, and you're going to want to go do it, right? You have a couple choices. One, you want to build as big a buyer's list as you can. You want to have good contact information that you can reach out to people, even if you don't want to do that deal. People you can trust when you pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Joe, I got this lead down in San Antonio. I want to go do this deal with you." Okay. So, if you, if that case happens, you want to be able to do the deal. You don't want to say no, right? You don't ever
Right.
want to tell a seller no.
If it's a good
Um,
deal, right?
Yeah. So if it appears, if you've done the analysis and there's a deal there, you want to do it. So if you get it under contract, keep me in mind for one thing. I have a big list.
Yes.
I have a bunch of people on my list from San Antonio. Okay. Been doing this a long time. I do some specific marketing in different places to build my buyers list. Trade Cash for Houses today is a nationwide buyers list. That's how I market my properties. I build that buyers list. I don't market properties on there, but that's just to build the list. You should come up with a way of doing that too and build a buyers list all wherever you plan to do business. I just in the early day, I was nationwide and I just found it was too much work to do the deals, but I just kept building the list. People kept calling, kept emailing, keep reaching out on the website. So I just keep doing it. Um, so I'd be happy to partner with anybody, JV with somebody to, both put it into the group and into the real flow system. If you're going to do wholesale deals, it's a matter of trust. If you want to do a wholesale deal, Russell, in San Antonio, there's nothing wrong with going to do it. I'm just saying you have to build the relationships with people that you can trust down there. You know, if you don't live there, how are you going to show it? You know, is it occupied? Is it not occupied? In this case, this lady is living in the house, right?
Correct.
Right. So how do you market that? How do you coordinate that with the seller? Will the seller cooperate? Is the seller going to go around your back? You
Yeah.
know, if she says, yes, I'll show it. And then you send a buyer down and they start talking, and all of a sudden you lose your buyer because, and the seller, because the seller did the deal with the buyer, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
These are real life things. I don't just make this stuff up. Okay. So, but if you had somebody local there, and you wanted to partner with people in other states, other cities, and you knew you could trust them, then go do it. But it's a matter of trust. And I don't know how old you are, but you've probably figured out that this world is full of people you can't trust nowadays.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I figured it out a long time ago. So as you can tell from my hair. I used to have hair. But seriously, I'm just trying to help you. Nobody told me these things when I first got in the
Oh no,
business.
yeah, that's good advice, that for sure.
And you know, if you had a realtor friend, and maybe you kind of do the reverse, maybe you find out, are you from here, Texas?
I've lived here a long time. Yeah, since
Okay.
school.
If you had friends in other cities and states that you feel like you can trust, and you talk to them about getting involved in investing, then maybe that's a way to build your team. Maybe that's a way to build your market, is connect and partner with people in cities that you do know and trust, instead of just randomly uh, shooting in from the hip out into the dark sea and hoping that you snag something, you know? Because every new place you go into, you got to start your power team all over again.
Yeah.
Hope that makes sense.
It
I'm not
does.
trying to discourage you from doing that deal. If you get that deal done, I'll be happy to partner with you and put it into my system and market it. And my list is both cash by investor buyers, rehabbers, and landlord type people, but also owner finance buyers. Less of those, but you know, if you're going to buy it subject to and sell it on a wrap, then you know, that's an owner finance is a great way to make money as long as you do it
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, you're going to be holding on to that after the close, and then you got to do the rehab. In your case, you'll probably do a light to medium. So yeah, everything Tim's saying, I mean, it's a headache just when it's in your backyard and you can go drive and check up on it, and then
Yeah.
you're in San Antonio. But if you're wholesaling, you're in and out, but there's still that trust issue. You got to get, you know, your buyer. You got a
Yep.
good buyer that's not going to, you know, they want a good deal, then it'll be a clean deal. But if, you know, that's why it's, you know, that's the reason why I stuck with Tim and his team, because I like his values, and he deals with, you know, he has good, I'm sure he got good buyers list, and you know the bad ones to stay away from, right?
Yep.
So yeah.
And you know, I'm open and honest about this stuff. I'm trying to give you a lot of my lessons learned over the years, you know, and I want you to be successful. I don't want you to get burned and discouraged and get out of the business. And a lot of people get out just as fast as they got in, um, you know, because they didn't learn it right.
Right. Okay.
And they're listening to the wrong people,
Yeah.
you know? So,
But
okay.
good on you for getting that done. You get that under contract. That's, that's the key right there.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And then how you exit is going to be up to you. If you want the headache or if you want in and out, Tim's offered you some good options there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
having talking to a seller and you have that potential to get it closed, that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So just want to help. I hate to see people get burned or do it the hard way. That's one reason why I spent so much money on my education in the early days, is I didn't want to have to learn it the hard way. You're going to pay one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
And I prefer the easier way with the education. So rather than the hard way of getting burned and maybe legal issues and stuff. So okay, so I think I'm about ready to wrap things up here. I'm just popping in a note here in the chat again. We got a special offer for the non-members of the group today you might want to look at. It's good for 30 minutes past the time we hang up this afternoon. I'm giving you a chance to become a member of the group for $5 for the first 30 days. So you get a chance to experience the good life as a member, and go use the benefits, get inside the system and learn all about it. And then if you like it, it's going to automatically renew in 30 days for the annual fee of $150, which is still a discounted rate for the members in the group. So take a look at it, see what you think. And the Propelio offer, that's a good deal there. If you haven't thought about it much, go subscribe. Go try the trial. You know, go subscribe for the first 14 days free and see what you think. You can't lose anything, but you got to go use it. It's no good if you don't use it. Okay. It is now 1:07. Is there any last parting comments before we go? Did you learn anything?
Yes,
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Uh, when we come the property, you know, usually I'll put like a mile, 1 mile, but I really want to come as a similar style house. Do that, or how can we? When I pick up come, how can I make a, you know, the area? How can I, or, you know, shall I shall I make it a half mile or
So
1 mile, like a distance, or the or
on Monica, I think what you're asking me is, how to set the filters for the
yes,
comps to be
yeah,
similar to your house. So, um, there's no way in Propelio to say if that I recall to say that it's a 1-story or 2-story home. So what you have to
yeah,
do is you pick 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square foot, whatever the criteria is on the house that you're looking for. And then the year built, I usually go um, um, 5 years plus or minus the year built. I usually do one
mm-hmm,
bedroom up, 1 bedroom down, and I usually do 10% on the square footage. And then
okay,
when it pulls up the list, when you run those comps, it's going to show you the subdivisions that they're all from. Okay. You
okay,
want to
yeah,
select, you want to eliminate actually. Well, actually, Propelio gives you a chance to give you a green thumbs up for the properties in the that you want to use, and a red thumbs
yeah,
down for the properties you don't want to use. Okay. So when you go
yeah,
through and look at all those, let's say it was Greenbrier was the name of the subdivision. So you want to go through and select the properties, look at all the properties in Greenbrier. And then if it's not
mm-hmm,
in Greenbrier, you want to ignore those. Okay. And
okay,
then look at, is it 1 story? Is it 2 story? Does it meet the criteria? Is it similar in age, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, even style?
okay,
If you had a 1,500 square foot home that was very,
yeah,
very unique to it, that's not a good comp to an average home. Okay, so you can eliminate that. You
okay,
just give it a red thumbs down if you don't want that house.
okay,
We've
okay,
done, Monica, just so you know, we've done a lot of comps classes in the past, and they're all recorded
mm-hmm,
and posted in your
okay,
past meeting files, past meeting
okay,
archives. So you can go in there and watch those. And I'm sure we're going to be doing it again because it's such a powerful tool.
yes,
So
thank you.
you're very welcome. All right, folks. I think that's about it for me. Any other parting comments?
Many thanks, Tim. Really informative.
Yeah. Thanks,
You're
Tim.
very welcome. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you, Kim.
You're all very welcome. Russell, hope to see you again soon.
Will do.
And if you haven't gone to check out the $5 membership or the Propelio links, go do that and see what you think of them. So highly recommend, especially since it's a free trial. So
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure I'll be joining the membership. So yes.
yeah, it's hard to turn down for only $5 for 30 days. Now it's a waste of money if you don't go use it.
Good point.
Right. So
Right.
just promising me you'll go use it so you can, say that you give it your best shot. And I think you're going to like it, though. There's a lot to it. So, all right, folks, have a great day. I've got to go work on this wholesale offer here to submit it. And it's been agreed to verbally, but I got to get it signed so that we can get it on the market. You'll see that coming out. It's on June Drive and White Settlement. You'll see that come out on the group website. And we'll be scheduling a property walkthrough on that as well. Russell, if you can, I know you're a long way away, but I'll be doing a property walkthrough on Monday at 11:30 in Lake Worth. It's on the calendar. So if you can come and see it, it'd be good for you. This is a rehab property. You're going to get a chance to see a rehab type property from day one. It's empty. There might be some junk in it left, but our contractor is going to be there. He's going to be available for questions, and he's the one that's going to be starting on it. Actually, he's starting on it Monday afternoon with measurements and stuff, and then they're starting to demo on Tuesday. So we hope to do another property walkthrough on it in the end when it's all done, so everybody can see the finished product. But we've had some good ones in the past. So, Sal, you've been to those before, haven't you?
Yes, sir. I've been to a couple, 2 or 3
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, they've been good networking events, bring business cards, but they're great learning experiences too. So,
Yes.
all right, guys, gals,
All
thank you
right.
for coming.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
Have a great day.